Okay, in this video we're going to review the Yugoslavian M57 pistol. This is another version of the Russian TT-33 Tokarev pistol that was adopted just before World War II. And the communists were going to replace their Nagant revolvers with this semi-automatic pistol. And different versions of this gun were made in most of the post-World War II countries that fell under communist control. The Poles made a version, the Yugoslavs made this version, Romanians, the Chinese copied it, so there were a lot of different countries that made their own version of the Russian-style pistol. This one here is the Yugoslav version. M57 stands for the fact that it was 1957 that the pistol was adopted for military use and manufactured at Zastava, which is the National Armory. And most of these guns that come out of Yugoslavia are made by that factory. My other little versions, my M70s, are made there, and are a miniaturized copy of this, or a modified miniaturized version of this pistol. We'll clear the weapon. Okay. Now you have your standard controls like your TT-33s or any of these Tokarev versions. Is you got your mag release here, which is much like 1911 button release. I believe this gun was a modified or copied version of a Colt pistol. I'm going to say the 1903 or 1905 or something. I'm not quite sure. I can't remember. So, button mag release. You have a lanyard loop there, which is kind of standard on all of them. Your slide release. And then the guns originally were not, we'll get the slide release here, did not come with a manual safety. Okay, these pistols are a single action only pistol. Okay, and they have a half cock. So the idea was if you had the gun loaded and you wanted it on safe, you put it on the half cock, would cock it, fire it, or whatever. But because of the importation laws in the United States, all of these guns had to have some sort of a manual safety installed on them. Now this particular one, and we'll go into years of manufacture. When you go to the website there, the Old Western Scrounge, he's going to offer you two versions of this. There's going to be a Curio and Relic version and a version where you need an FFL. I got the version where you need the FFL. I guess because the difference is the cutoff date for Curio and Relic is 1970 or something. So this pistol was manufactured after 1970, and I had to have an FFL transferred, not a Curio and Relic license transfer. So this is a newer gun. Now when I look these up, these guns are still produced, the M57s. But if they're made for export, they will have a safety device in the slide. This one doesn't. This means it was manufactured the old way, and they added this here, this safety here, to get the gun imported. So this is a gun that was not manufactured for export and has this safety put on there. Now they vary. The Poles, I have a Romanian version, I'll show you, is a different thing. But basically what this is they went, when you take the grip off, they cut out the grip, and it's just a piece of sheet metal. And on the transfer trigger bar, when you pull the trigger, that bar that comes back and trips the sear, they cut out a notch. So, and then they went, they went and put a pin of some sort, a hardened pin, into the frame, and this plate rides on this pin with a little rubber grommet, okay? And then what you do is when you push it down like that, it blocks they cut into the bar where the trigger is, and that bar that'll come back and trip the sear, they cut out a notch, and this fits in there and blocks it. And then when you pull it up all the way, the gun will fire. Okay? So it's a pretty simple thing. Actually, it'd be easy to remove. When I had the grips off and was cleaning the Cosmoline out, I caught this and actually pulled the damn thing off. So I kind of got it all back in there, and it's working. I'm going to leave it alone. But if you wanted to remove it, it's a lot simpler than, like I'll show you, the Romanian one where they actually cut a hole in there and put a device into it to make the safety. So that's that there. And then the takedown and everything is the same. You have to reach in, there's a lever behind the grip panels, and rotate it, and you can get the grips off. The gun field strips just like any of the Tokarevs. Okay, you pull this little locking clothespin like thing out, pull this back, and then push out the slide stop, and then it all comes apart. It's all pretty simple. What you do is you give this a little yank back, and your slide release pulls right out of there, and the top part comes off. And then we have that neat thing where the whole hammer assembly comes out of the cutout in the frame. So, basic TT33 mechanism, field stripping. You have your swinging link like on the 1911, you recoil, and then you have a bushing here. I'm not going to take this apart any further. I think everyone knows that has been around these, knows how to take one of these apart. I'm not going to get all into it. But simple gun, robust gun, all of these things. Let me make sure I'm lined up. Okay. They're accurate, chambered in the 7.62 by 25. Which, at one time when these guns were first coming in, the ammunition was inexpensive and plentiful. So you could go out and shoot it. Then it kind of dried up, and now really surplus ammo is hard to find, and most of it's in pretty piss poor shape. Okay, if I forgot to mention, the one difference between the Yugoslav pistol and the other ones is this has a 9-round magazine, where the other pistols, or the original TT33, has an 8-shot mag, and I believe the other versions do too. I have here, to compare with this, my Romanian version of the pistol, and everything kind of looks very much the same other than the length of the grip, which is obviously different. And also the Romanian pistol has, I'll clear this one too. Okay, clear. Now the Romanian pistol, all the controls, field strips the same way and everything. The only difference is, on this version, they have this safety mounted here, which this device they drilled into the frame, because it comes out over here on the opposite side, this device. And what you do is when you pull it up, it clicks, and the gun is on safe, and when you push it down, it fires. So you'll find these different safety modifications on the different guns. So let's take a look. We drop out our magazine, and we'll put the two mags side by side. Okay, Romanian M57, and the TTC is what the designation is on the Romanian gun. As you can see, magazines, there is a difference in the length. This one's an 8 round, that one's a 9 round. That's the one difference about the M57, that it's not standard like the other versions. Now the longer mag, the Romanian or the Yugoslav mag, will fit into the Romanian pistol. Okay, lock open, whole 9 yards, but as you see, it sticks out a bit. So if we take the shorter standard 8 round magazine and try to place it in the M57 here, kind of don't want to fit. Sorry about that. There, it goes up in there, but it will not feed or function properly. You know, it just kind of gets stuck in there, but doesn't do it. Now these guns are fairly reliable, fairly accurate. I know I shot this one with some ammo and it shoots rather well. Romanian pistol. It's kind of nice. You got one more round with the Yugoslavian. And the sights are the same, just a simple sight. You drift for windage in the back is the only adjustment. It sticks up pretty high on there if you look at it. And the sights on this pistol are the same. So this Yugoslav variant is a little bit different than the others. And like I said, the condition was extremely, you know, they're like in mint. I don't know if these guns were used. They said like new. So maybe they were used or issued at one time, but they don't look like it. The bores are clean on them and everything. They were covered in, this was covered in cosmoline, so you have to clean it off. But be careful when you take the grip off with this safety. It's very fragile, very simple thing. But on the other hand, if you want to remove it, you can do it and it doesn't change the looks of the gun. Where a lot of people were removing this safety here from the Romanian pistol, and when you do take it out, there's a damn hole that goes through the frame of the gun. So something to think about. So if you're interested in one of these guns, I always wanted one with a crest. When these pistols came in, they'd being used. There was a couple times they'd come in and the barrels were all dark and black, and some of them had crests, some of them didn't have crests, but this one here has a nice crest on it, and that's what I kind of got it for. I wanted a Yugoslav with a crest, and I wanted one in nice shape, and finally they imported a bunch that came in that are pretty cool, and I'm happy with it. In the next video, we're going to take it out and put some rounds through it. And there was a few glitches, but I believe that is because the condition of the ammunition is really not good. It's deteriorating over time, and I'm just going to shoot it up and get rid of it. But there you go. Yugoslav M57.